France is taking a proactive approach to IP licensing and protection by backing a new fund with 100 million euros in taxpayers' money. The fund is called France Brevets, and the Director of Development and Licensing, Pascal Asselot, told IPBC Global's Jack Ellis here in Amsterdam how the fund works.
France Brevets is the first patent fund, sovereign patent fund in Europe. It has been funded 3 years ago with 100 million euros coming from both the French state and a large French public bank. I guess the idea behind France Brevets is the fact that patents are playing a more and more important role in the business landscape, and that to play with patents requires skills, cash, and that those both assets were kind of lacking the French and European industry. And the idea behind France Brevets is basically to bring both skills and capital to the industry.
Is the entity focused on any particular areas of technology, or have you had any particular focus up to this point in time?
Obviously, IT and electronics provides the bulk of our activity. We have both offensive initiatives. For example, we have our NFC enforcement program. We also have defensive initiatives where we design schemes where we build defensive patent positions for companies at a cheap cost. And those has been made in the IT and electronics work because the industry is mature and obviously you have a lot of activity in this. However, being publicly financed allow us to have a longer term horizons, and we are looking at markets where we feel the intensity is growing in terms of patents, in terms of licensing, and we are preparing things in the automotive industry, in the energy industry, and even more in the medical industry, where we believe that at some points the activity of the IT will get there.
Looking specifically at Europe, there have been some developments recently in the IP landscape that potentially could have an impact on France Brevets' activities. Firstly, the impending introduction of the unitary patent system and the unified patent court, and secondly, the European Commission's recent investigations and look at the competition issues that are connected to standards essential patents. Do you feel that those kinds of issues do impact on your business and other patent-centric business models in Europe?
Yeah, I guess many events have an impact on France Brevets, both in Europe, also in the US, also in Asia. We like to see ourselves as really a global player. We have offices in Paris, obviously, but we have liaison offices in Japan, in Korea. Our boutique experts are in North America. Our litigations lawyers are in the US, and we are also building something to address the Chinese market. So we really see ourselves as a global player, and as such, the recent development in Washington impacts us. The coming of UPC in Europe, is probably a very good news for the industry, and at the same time, we have concerns about some people at the European Commissions about their views on patents. Again, it's not widely spread, but some individuals may view patents as anti-competitive, where we believe it's really an asset for the European industry to build on and exist in the competition, in the worldwide competition.
Looking at sovereign patent funds more generally, many of these have been set up in other countries before France Brevets was set up in France. And it hasn't been clear how successful some of these other funds elsewhere in the world have actually been. How do you think we can best measure the success or lack of success of these sovereign patent funds?
It's true that sovereign fund or sovereign patent fund is kind of controversial, especially west of the Atlantic, where public involvement is viewed as an insult. At the same time, I guess the success of sovereign patent fund, at least for France Brevets or for the European geography, the success will be measured by first financial performance. That's for sure. We have to return returns to our investor. That's the first line, and the second line maybe will be to be at the beginning of a new ecosystems around players in IP, and back maybe in the 80s where there were public interventions to build the VC industry in France and in Europe. I guess we can see this as an effort to build an industry, and as such a real success for France Brevets would be to see new investors, to see new players operating on the market in a competitive way. Would be a good success for us. We're welcoming competition.
And finally, would you say that it's early days still for France Brevets, but have you seen signs that you think you're going to enjoy success, and have the signs been good?
We are enjoying ourselves, which is at least the first level of success. And beside that, yes, we are pretty confident that the success will be here, and we have already some pretty amazing results.